and welcome to my podcast. Today I'm going to talk about one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, also known as the SDGs. These are 17 goals that were created by the United Nations to improve life for people around the world by the year 2030. The goal I'm focused on today is zero hunger. Zero hunger is about ending hunger, improving nutrition, and making sure everyone has enough access to safe and healthy food. Food is something every human being needs to survive, yet millions of people around the world still struggle to get enough to eat every day. I chose this topic because it is something that almost everyone can relate to. Food is a basic need, and hunger is something that can affect people anywhere. In this episode, I'm going to talk about what zero hunger means, why this goal is important, how hunger affects communities and students, some of the challenges that causes hunger, and what people can do to help solve this problem. The goal of zero hunger is simple in theory but difficult in practice. It means ending hunger worldwide and making sure that every person has access to enough nutrition and food to live a healthy life. However, hunger is still a major issue around the world. Millions of people experience something called food insecurity. Food insecurity means that people do not always know where their next meal will come from, or they can't affect enough food to meet their daily needs. Hunger does not only mean having an empty stomach. It can also mean not having access to healthy food like fruits and vegetables and protein. When people do not get the nutrients their body needs, it can lead to serious health problems. Children are especially affected by the hunger. When children do not have enough food, it can affect their growth, their ability to learn, and their overall health. Hunger can make it harder for students to concentrate in school or perform well academically. Hunger is not just a global issue, it can affect local communities. Many people assume that developed countries like the United States, everyone has enough food, but that's not always the case. Many families struggle with rising costs of groceries, housing, and other basic needs. Because of this, many families rely on food banks, food pantries, and community organizations to provide meals. Schools play an important role in addressing hunger. Many students rely on school breakfast and lunch programs to make sure they have enough food during the day. On college campuses, students depend on meal plans or campus programs to make sure they have enough to eat while they focus on their education. Without access to proper nutrition, it can be harder for students to focus in class, stay healthy, and succeed academically. This shows that hunger is not just a distant global issue. It is something that can affect people in our own communities and even people we know. One reason why this topic matters to me personally is because I have seen how communities try to help people who struggling with hunger. For example, schools often organize food drives where students donate canned goods or other food items to help families in need. These programs show how communities can work together to support each other. There are also times where people experience hunger personally. Many people have experienced moments where food was not always available or they had to wait until their next meal. Experiencing hunger, even for the shortest amount of time, can help people understand how difficult it can be for families who face food insecurity every day. This is one reason why the Zero Hunger goal is important. It, it focuses on making sure everyone has reliable access to food so that no one has to worry about where the next meal will come from. There are several reasons why hunger continues to exist in this world today. One of the major causes is poverty. When families do not earn enough money, they may struggle to afford groceries or healthy food options. Another factor is rising food prices. Over the past few years, the cost of groceries has increased, which makes it harder for families to afford enough food. Climate change is also affecting food production. Droughts, floods, and extreme weather can damage crops and make it harder for farmers to produce food. In some parts of the world, conflict and political instability also contributes to hunger. When communities are affected by war or conflict, food supplies can be disrupted and people may lose access to farms, markets, and resources. Another important way to understand the problem of hunger is to look at real situations where people struggle with food insecurity. In many communities, food banks and local charities see long lines of families waiting for help. These organizations work hard to provide groceries, meals, and basic food supplies to people who may not be able to afford them. Food insecurity can affect many different types of people. Some families struggle because of job loss, rise in living costs, or unexpected emergencies. Others may live in areas where access to fresh food and healthy food is limited. These places are sometimes called food deserts, which are areas where grocery stores and healthy food options are hard to find. When people live in food deserts, they may have to rely on convenience stores or fast food restaurants, which often do not offer the healthiest options. This can lead to long-term health problems and make it harder for people to maintain a healthy lifestyle. All of these challenges make it difficult to achieve the goal of no hunger, which is why this requires cooperation from governments, organizations, and communities. Even though hunger is a serious problem, there are many organizations and programs working to solve it. One important effort is the work of food banks and community food pantries. These organizations collect food donations and distribute meals to families who need support. School meal programs are another important solution. Many schools provide free or reduced price breakfast and lunch to make sure students have enough access to enough meals during the day. Community gardens are also becoming more popular in cities. These gardens allow people to grow fresh fruits and vegetables locally, which can improve access to healthy food. On a global level, organizations like the United Nations World Food Program work to deliver food to communities facing hunger and food crisis. Technology is helping farmers grow food more efficiently and sustainably. New farming techniques and agricultural technologies can help increase food production while protecting the environment. While hunger may seem like a global issue, individuals can still make a difference. One simple way people can help is by donating food in local food banks or participating in food drives. Volunteering at community organizations organizations that provide meals is another way to support efforts to fight hunger. Another important step is just raising awareness. Talking about hunger and educating others about the issue can encourage more people to get involved and help and solve the problem. Even small actions can contribute to large efforts to reduce hunger in communities. To conclude, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals of Zero Hunger is focused on ending hunger and making sure everyone has access to enough nutritious food. Hunger is a global challenge, but it's also something that affects communities locally. Many families, students, and individuals experience food insecurity and rely on programs to provide meals and food support. However, there are many solutions being implemented around the world, including food banks, school meal programs, community gardens, and international organizations working to deliver food where it is needed. Achieving zero hunger will require cooperation between governments, organizations, communities, and individuals. By raising awareness and supporting programs that fight hunger, we can all contribute to making sure that fewer people go without food. Thank you for listening to this episode about zero hunger and why it matters.